És akkor folytatjuk.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains.
Üldözd a
Led by Butch
vadbanditát.
Cassidy. They were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right.
Még mindig nagyon jó az a történetmesélés. Na, nézzük csak. Olja, mi? Vonat? Ejha.
They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
El kell érni a híd
Well, I assumed the
tetejét.
Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down.
Itt kell átmennem? Ez durva. Sehol senki. Dick? Erre azért nem számítottam, hogy így kell majd
I was
átmennem.
determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Oké. Nem semmi. Erre, arra, aha. Ide be tudunk jönni? Nincs itt valami aranyrög nekünk? Aha, valahol van. Jó. Ezt majd megnézzük később. Úgyni. És akkor valószínűleg itt kell majd átmennünk. Hát ez itt leesett. Na jó. Majdnem jó. Aha. Ezt itt most
I
nekem
found the
használni kéne.
device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
The right direction.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say? I can't hear a goddamn thing.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route.
I'm putting you down.
But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Csak körülnézünk itt még gyorsan. Okés, okés. Veled még lesz valami, mi? Lovacska? Ugorj a vonat tetejére. Na jól van. Első próba.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire.
Wow, micsoda ugrások voltak itt.
I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Új szint. De valahonnan még lőnek rám, aha.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Na, költsük el ezt a képességpontot. Nézzük csak. Ez kell nekünk? Na figyelj!
Come and get me!
Nodír neki. Én leszámoltam, nem? Ennyi?
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Mindjárt körbenézünk, itt meg nem találunk-e valamit. Jó, megyünk tovább. Okés.
At times, it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Hűha. Elintéztük ezt a vonatot megint csak. Körülnézünk erre is. Még van még fel nem használt képességem? Hát hogy? Az igen. Nem semmi. Láttunk egy aranyrögöt itt elől. Azt mindjárt megkeressük. Oké, és innen tovább pedig, ha jól gondolom, aha, mászunk felfele.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a
You
hand.
mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Joe Lefort, Steve, Jeff Carton, Kellier, Sundance Kölyök, Kid Curry, Zilay. Híha.
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Na szép.
Who the hell is that? He's out of his mind! Got cover! Retreat! Retreat!
Hol vagytok, kutyák? Gyertek csak ide. Le kéne ugrani? Okés.
He's killing everybody! He'll kill us all!
Keressük az aranyrögöt. Valahol itt kell lennie a közelben. Aha. Aha. Okés. 3-ból 3, megvan ezen a pályán, ilyen se volt még.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left, and I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail. Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice.
Egyre
But the
durvább
only
dolgokat kell
survivor
csinálni
who
ebbe a
welcomed me
játékba.
was George Flat-Nosed Curry,
Who was he?
the fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Ezek nyilván nem sikerülnek még mindig. Béna vagyok. Dír. Sikerülni fog egyszer.
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that. Woo!
Egy 30 a pokolba. Micsoda zene. Nagyon jó.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Már megint szintet léptem. Mik vannak még itt? Hozz ki néhány fejlődést, anélkül, hogy céloznál. Tartsd nyomva, gyorsan. Lehúzza az cserébe kivégezett közelért fejlődésekkel, minél többet áldozol be az összpontosításba, annál többen fognak meghalni. Hát ez talán annyira nem. Mindjárt még egy szintet lépünk, hogyha így haladunk.
That kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Who's shooting at us? We're under fire! God damn you!
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down. Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I sensed him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Nyomokat kell keresni, ugye? Na nézzük csak.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific.
Ejha.
The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
A következő reggel akadályoz meg a bandát.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me.
Ejha. Tériszonyosok, vigyázzanak.
The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards. And I made it a point to remove any dynamite that I came across. A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Hol?
What the hell?
But the wild ones did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Ki vagyok. Nagyszerű.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
Megvan, ugye? Aha.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
Grizzly's twice as dangerous.
Lehet kezdeni ezzel? Nézzenek már oda. Páncélozott izé. Na jó van.
So I proceeded onward and realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
lesz az aranyrög? Hogy jutok fel? Aha. Innen nem érem el. Hogy tudok oda felmenni? Aha.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me.
Aggodalommal töltöttem? Micsoda?
It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it. The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks.
Na basszus. Sikerülni fog. De hogy tudok felmenni? Á. Aha, akkor ilyenkor meghalok is. Most mit kéne ezzel csinálnom? Na jó.
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today.
A jó ég megállja.
Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge. Well, it was a touching reunion. But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass, as I was not a young man anymore.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to forget!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
He's crazy! Get Curry ass me! Nuttier than a damn fruit
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Na, nem semmi.
That's right. Run!
Pusztítsd el. Dinamitok használatával.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Dinamitokkal közelebb menni. Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally. Na basszus. A manóba. Jaj. Lehet, hogy itt lesznek bajok.
As fast as he was, I was just a bit faster.
Yeah.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
Yeah.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever
Jesse
lived?
James.
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Ah, nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
A gyilkos testvérek egyike vonatokat rabolnak Jesse James-el. Jó. Ejha.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this Jim.
Show yourself, coward! Shoot that stupid son of a bitch! Brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that!
Now wait a second. How'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
Legenda volt. Meg tud állítani egy vonatot? A tekintetével.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train. The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others. I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head. Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I
The
reached
James
that.
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
Talán volt itt még valaki, nem? Yep. Egy jó kis dinamit, mindig jó.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you.
Elment a mesélő.
I never heard so
Wish
much
me.
malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
Ez nem szép dolog.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. At some point, some sumbitch saw me and shouted out, "It's the damn Pinkertons!"
It's a damn Pinkerton!
Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker. I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that?
Hol?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember.
I bet you are.
Shoot that stupid son of a bitch! Kill that pissant! You don't want to mess with us! I'll kill you! Die, you bastard! Come and get me if got the guts! You can't hide forever! Goddamn law dog!
Csak történjen. Ez mi? Nem mondod, hogy most innen kezdem. És visszafele megyek mi? Aha, megvan.
You can't fight James, gang! Bitch! Dynamite! Kill that bitch!
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward. I wondered if I was ever gonna find the front of that train, or the bastard I was after. Jesse hired a damn army after Northfield. Guess he didn't want to be outgunned like that ever again. Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Azt hiszem meg vagyunk.
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself. sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
You can't hide from me. Feel that, missing! Shoot that stupid son of a bitch! Now you're really pissing me off!
Új vonatok. Na nézzük csak.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Nyilván.
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you. Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Valahol ott hagytunk egy igazság aranyrögét. Hol van?
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. Perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the rész and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Indians?
Yeah, they could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape that day. about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul. Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the Red Man. Like that time. Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
So, did you ever find him?
Who?
The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Mr. Greaves, are you all right?
Ooh, death. Ooh, death.
De beleállok a tűzbe, nézd meg. Nézzük csak merre. Juss keresztül az ellenséges területen, és találd meg Jimmet. Ugye Jimmet. Igen.
Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see? With ice cold hands taking hold of me. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over to another year? Oh, death. Oh, death, won't you spare me over till another year?
So, are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son of a bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Kemények vagyunk. Frank James.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
Micsoda ninják vagyunk.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well. He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Remélem ezt láttátok, hát ez borzasztó. Hogy lehet így ugrani? Jó, én rontottam el, tudom. Ahhoz ráadásul innen, mi? Na, kezdjük még egyszer. Nem egyszerű.
Hell, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think we're just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang. Right. I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead. It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite? On your person?
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Remélem most már nem onnan kell kezdeni, onnan eddig.
Shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life. Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will. At this point, I just don't give a shit.
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him. I never did like that bastard. I am done here.
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
with Reed?
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookout, as I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again. But rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that son-of-a-bitch out. "Hey, Reed!" I shouted. "No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me."
Son of a bitch!
Itt egy jó kis barlangos rész.
It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
Why won't this asshole give up? Would someone please kill him?
Jó van akkor. Na jól van. Mennek a büdösök kicsába. Mennyien vagytok ti? Nem mondjátok, hogy ennyien vagytok. Mindenhol vagy.
Eventually, it was just me and Reed. I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers. And repay him I did.
Na, ez most kivételesen elsőre sikerült, ez véletlen volt biztos. Na, megyünk is tovább.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame you never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him. Six months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
Talán itt egy fokkal jobb.
For 40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now. Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant. That son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
But for all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others. For instance, did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends, no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead. Stop me from taking his life. I'd been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades. Just like me. But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around. I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Bury that old asshole! Kill that old man! But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us the tale.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
Na most mi
Because when I
történt?
woke up,
From the dead?
there was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, there, even over there.
So I am right. You are touched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Na, a szellemek is.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
Egyszerűen nem látom őket.
In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Jaj, de ügyesek leszünk.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun.
Ez hogy került ide? Ó, nem áll.
Ghost Army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
azt akarja, hogy fejlődjünk most a játék egyáltalán.
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Gyerünk!
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh.
The Sundance Kid?
Like a general leading his legion of the dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive.
Hol?
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You
You frittered it all away, Butch. Etta's mine. So is that damn money. I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question. But those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Na kezdődik. Nem jó ötlet. Hűha, ez sokáig el fog tartani így. Miért nem fókuszálsz?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Finálé. Na. Vajon mi lesz a fináléban?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh, man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
Hoppá.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Ajaj. Jóvátétel vagy bosszú?
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
Nagyon jó a sztori. Ez nem semmi. Akkor itt még le lehetett volna puffantani, meg ilyenek, mi? Kemény.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
Gyorsan átpörgetem, hogy azért nem mondjátok, hogy nem lehet látni. Nagyon jó volt ez a játék. Ebből még el tudnék még fogadni egy-két részt. Mostantól elérhető az új játék, kezd újra a történetet az összes eddigi megszerzett képességekkel és fegyverekkel. Mostantól elérhető a valódi vadnyugat nehézségi szint. Próbálj meg keresztül jutni a történeten minimális kijelző és extra nehézség mellett, tapasztald meg milyen is a valódi vadnyugat. Wow! Hát erre lehet, hogy még majd visszatérek egyszer. Jó, na okés. Na, nagyon szépen köszönöm bárkinek, aki belenézett ebbe élőbe, vagy majd a bot formában. Lehet, hogy még majd visszatérünk erre a játékra később.